Hi everybody, welcome to Nitrotek. I'm Neil and this is another video blog. Now this time I've decided to take a look at other stuff other than the actual models to look at, because quite clearly you're going to be into your models. You'll maybe have a ready to run model, you'll get up and running with it and you'll think great, but then it kind of then starts to snowball, really getting into this great hobby. So I've just got a selection of stuff out for you to think about. Maybe some of it will appeal to you, some won't, but anyway, let's take a look. So you've got your model and you're up and running with it for the first time, and the great thing about our models is the fact that you can take them apart, clean them up, reassemble them. If you crash them, you can fix them and stuff like that. So of course you're going to need some tools. Now some of our models come with tools already. You'll have little tool kits with them, and then others don't, and you'll need to obviously get yourself some modelling tools. So I've had a kind of rummage through the warehouse today, and I've assembled a whole kind of eclectic mix of stuff here on the table. So we might as well start with the tool side of things. We have these kind of tool bags or folders or whatever you want to call them, toolboxes, anyway, these are really good. I think the thing I like about these is that they basically fold open. They've got a zip cover around the outside, and they have all of these slots. Now I've just put inside here so you can see the HSP set of tools. And these are a bunch of different Allen keys, nicely on alloy handles and what have you. Of course, they don't come with the case. You get the tools separately, but you can see they're nicely held in with the elastics. Everything's neat and tidy. And during the course of your RC hobby, you're going to need to be kind of organised with that. So that's a great holder. We do these in a black and yellow edging, as well as this blue and grey. So you can't go wrong with one of those. And although you're sort of investing some money and not really getting a performance advantage with your model, it's kind of the right way to go, if you know what I mean. It sets you up for the future. If you don't want to go quite as far as the HSP tools, there's a set of 6 there. They're really good value. I actually have some of these myself. Then you can go down the kind of the E-Sky route where we have these. I'll just show them to you a bit closely. This is basically a screwdriver set, a posi and a straight screwdriver, okay, and they're obviously quite inexpensive, so maybe if you're into your flight stuff as well, maybe these will be more for you. But again, you know, once they come out of this blister pack, they slot straight into this nice case. So kind of the basic tools are covered there. Okay, so moving on, we've got this little beauty here. It's a temp gun. Now, for all of those of you with nitro engines, this is going to be for you. In fact, not just nitro engines, kind of pretty much anything RC, and especially if you're thinking of getting into any kind of racing. This is a really cool little gadget. Now, I'll just take it out here. It comes with like this it's bundled up, kind of like a neck Brady piece or whatever it is, so you can wear it around your neck. But anyway, we've got here, I won't put the batteries in, kind of a little rubbery bungy thing, and you can put it on the end and tell the temperature of your engine. So you run your engine, you pop that in the top while it's running, press the button, and you'll get the temperature reading. Now typically you don't want to see anything over 100 degrees C for any of our models, the ready to run models, and particularly until you get used to tuning engines and get experience with you, then really a temp gun is the way that's really going to give you confidence with tuning your engine. Of course, you're always looking for that little fine trail of smoke when the car's running good, and then if you can just get a temp when you come in, just make sure that it's not getting too hot or too lean, because obviously a lean engine isn't good. It could break, or certainly if it doesn't break, it's going to wear out that much quicker. So it's quite a nice little tool to have, that a gadget, a temp gun in your pit box. And of course it comes in this nice neat carry case, so it's going to stay nice and clean. Okay, so temp gun, always worth a look. Going on from there with nitro stuff, certainly if you have invested in a ready to run vehicle, one of the first things that I always love to upgrade is the air filter. And not because the air filters are necessarily a bad one that comes with it, but if you think about it like this, if you've got a small 10 scale car and you're running off-road with a relatively small surface area of air filter, that's going to get clogged up pretty quick. So if you can, I'd always kind of go for an upgrade on the air filter. Not expensive, but then you can get that nicely oiled up. This is one of the small ones, so if you've got a, say like one of the small HSP sort of engines, 10 scale, that might be just the perfect one for you. Now this one is from HSP, so worth looking at. And the great thing is that you have a bigger surface area, less likely to get dirty quicker, and then you can kind of take it apart and clean it, and it's a nice sealing affair, that one. So that's that one. We do a whole range of them for all different sort of sizes of cars, but this is another example one that I really quite like. The thing that I like about this one is that the sponge filter is sort of kind of shielded, so if you're going to be running out in anything that's like not completely dry weather, or if you've got, say, like a touring car where water off the wheels could spray up and into and around the engine, then this is probably the way forward for you too. Slightly bigger on the silicone joiner, but again, the bigger the air filter surface area, the better it's going to be to filtering out all the dirt, and also you're going to have a more consistent run. Of course, if you do change the standard air filter on your engine to any one of these, then you just might have to make a couple of adjustments on your carb tuning, but you know, that would be, personally for me, that's be the way to go. Okay, still on the tools theme, we've got this little tool here, and can you see that clearly? Anyone tell me what that is? No? Right, okay. I'll tell you what it is. If you take out your glow plug and you wind this in, okay, this protrusion sticks down into the combustion chamber, and it will basically help lock your engine. So if you need to kind of take the clutch off, or anything like that, so that's a neat way of holding your engine in one position so that the pistons doesn't run round and round. Okay, so that's quite a nice thing to have, and really cheap actually. I think it's about £3. But anyway, there we go. That's worth looking at. A nice little addition to your tool set. Now this one, this is a GS Racing body reamer. Now, I know that most of you out there will have your body which will come with the vehicle, it's nicely painted up and what have you, but at some point you're going to want to paint your own, whether it's a kind of do some sort of replica of a road car that you like, or you just want to do some personal race colours. You're going to need something like this, a body reamer, and I'll explain why. Here we have a clear body. Now this one is for a GS buggy, okay, so this is how bodies come clear. And you paint it up on the inside, you do your own kind of colour scheme and what have you, and then you have to cut out the various bits and pieces. Now here, if you look right in the back, there's a kind of a little oval shape here, and you've got to cut that out. Now the neat way to do it is with a body reamer, and it's sharp, it just cuts into the plastic, it's nice and smooth. You don't get any horrible edges which could cause the body shell to split. So a body reamer, kind of a really lovely thing to have, particularly if you then take your modelling onto the next level, which is basically doing your own body shells and race colours and that kind of stuff. So body reamer, always worth certainly having a look at, and again that would be kept in this really cool package here. Okay. Moving on from there, one more, well actually two more nitro related things. Okay, these are rechargeable battery packs. Now most models, the ready to run variety, certainly 10 scale, will come with like a pack to have 4 AA batteries, so 6 volts, okay, dry cell, and that's great. But if you go down the rechargeable route, firstly it saves you a whole load of money, and also the current that you can get from one of these is better, so the servos do tend to work that bit better. And of course then you can, you charge it up just the way you charge up your handset, and you're not sort of like worrying about, well, next time you run the car you've got no batteries, you've got to go to the shops, get your dry cell batteries or whatever it is. Of course you may have well bought the rechargeable AA size, but I would say if you've got the option, then go for a little battery pack like that. Now this is a straight one, okay, but we also do them in like a hump pack, so there'll be one that will fit in your car. So certainly that's worth checking out if you're in the market for making a little bit of an improvement in terms of the performance from the radio gear. Okay, one last thing, after run oil. Okay, now I've talked about this before, but it's the thing that people don't really think about. They run their engines, they'll have a great time, what have you. They'll decide that they've had enough, stop the engine, turn the electrics off, put the car away, and then in maybe a week's time, or however long it is, it could even be a couple of months if you're sort of in the winter and you're not wanting to go out with your RC model. What will happen over time is that the internals of that engine will start to corrode and rust. And then when you come to use it next time, you won't get it to start, you'll have a problem. Anyway, all sorts of pain that you just don't need. Now, if you just used some after run, okay, that would cure all of that problem straight off. So the way to use it is run the car while the engine's still warm, take the glow plug out, run this into the carburetor. If you're on a pull start, then make sure you use plenty, and then give it a couple of pulls on the pull start. Make sure that the oil in there gets coated around the engine, okay, and then you can put your engine into storage then, and you know that when you come next time to start it up, you're not going to have any rust in there, which is you just don't even want to go there, okay. So I don't care who you are, you'll always use after run and make sure that you get some, okay? So that's the top tip. So moving on to you electric kind of people, you don't like getting your hands dirty with nitro models, I get it, okay? But anyway, nonetheless, one of your biggest bugbears is the time it takes to recharge batteries, okay? So you might get 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes on a run, and then of course you've got to charge your battery again. So you can do one of a couple of things. You can either buy yourself additional batteries and charge them in advance, or you could buy a bigger capacity battery and then kind of get a slightly longer run time, and then get your run time in that way, or you can buy a fast charger and a couple of batteries. There's a number of ways of doing it, but anyway, I had a look around the warehouse and we found these. Now these are AC and DC input chargers. The great thing about this is obviously you have a cord to plug it into your wall outlet at home, but also if you're out and about, so you might have taken your car somewhere, we also have this 12 volt connection, so you can plug it into your full-size car and it powers it. Okay, the controls are very simple on this particular one. We've got a start and stop button here, and we've got the charge rates from anywhere between, well, there's 3 positions, 1, 2 and 4 amps. Okay, so 4 amps will charge your battery packs a lot quicker, probably sort of 35-40 minutes, depending on obviously the capacity of the pack. It comes with this Tamiya connector, standard size Tamiya connector, so that's going to be something that you're going to need to plug into your stick packs or whatever. So it's quite a nice little versatile, inexpensive charger that will do those kind of batteries, whether you're at home or out and about on the move somewhere. Anyway, so there we go, chargers. That's the way to go with those. Now, I wouldn't ordinarily get onto this, but whilst I was having a rummage around, I saw some really cool stuff that I thought would be worth mentioning here too. And particularly when I pulled it off the shelf and nobody knew really what it was. So, we've got this whole bag of wires here. Yeah, okay. Now this is a lights set. It's from HSP Racing, okay. 23311 is the code. You'll obviously, all of this stuff I'll put on the end of the video and you'll be able to find it easy enough from the website. But the cool thing about this is there's a whole set of LEDs, okay, and you plug this into your car, your electric power car, and then you can get indicator lights, headlight bulbs, and all that kind of stuff going on, that realistic look. So this would appeal to all of those kind of drift racers, because I know you like your kind of blingy stuff. So drift racers will probably find this really quite up their street, but of course you don't have to be a drift racer to appreciate it. And any electric car that you'd kind of want to get a light set on to make it look that bit cooler and individual, that's the way to go. Okay, so I just thought I'd make mention of that. And while we're on the subject of lights now, these are actually, if you look at these closely in the packet, can you see them? These are kind of like mini KC daylighters. These are what's on the circuit thrash truck and also the Acme Dune buggy truck. Now, I really like those particular vehicles, but you know, what do you do if you've not got one of those vehicles? Well, you can buy these parts and plug them in and customise your own truck, okay? The thing I like about these is that they're dead easy to mount. You've got just a small hole that you'd need to cut in the body shell or wherever you want to mount them. Plop them straight in, and there's a body clip fixing, okay? So you'd be able to mount them real simple and get a real custom look. And they're really bright, those lights as well. So maybe you could use that body reamer there, making your little holes with, and pop some of those in. Maybe like 2 sets, have 4 across the roof of your car, and they'll look really cool. So anyway, just some ideas and things to be thinking about for this month. So as always, these are always at the best price at nitrotek.co.uk. If you have any questions that you want to ask, feel free to email me at media@nitrotek.co.uk. Come straight through to me, or contact us through Facebook and our Facebook page with any questions that you might have. It's always a real joy to get some comments and stuff on Facebook. And also we have quite a lot of our models kind of highlighted through Facebook as well. So it's worth checking out on our page. So that's it for this time. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.